everyone, Tekking101 here, and I am not at my house right now, actually. I'm at my friend's house, and I'm probably going to be here all day, but I still wanted to get those manga reviews out, so we set up this very crude makeshift set, like a black blanket, and he let me borrow a tie, which, I'm all for comedy, folks, but this is, kind of ridiculous. Okay, so, Bleach Chapter 458 review, End of All Bonds. See, the last three chapters were End of the Bond, 1, 2, and 3. Now, End of All Bonds, this is serious shit right here. We're getting right down to it. So the chapter opens up, and I'm pretty sure this is a translation. Actually, I'm not even pretty sure. I am sure this is a translation error. Ichigo's speech bubble is the same as, like, the side, the sidearm for the chapter, when it, basically, like, recaps really quickly, like, what happened. Like, Tsukishima's blade was aiming at Ichigo, but it hit Ginjo. Yeah, that's on the side of the page, but it's also in Ichigo's speech bubble. So I don't know why they messed that up. I mean, it's not a big deal. I'm just saying. So Ichigo flies down to help him. He's afraid what'll happen because Tsukishima cut him with his blade, so he's afraid if Ginjo's going to be on Tsukishima's side now or whatever. So he gets down there, and Ginjo grabs him by his shirt. He's like, "Shut up! If you get cut from behind, you're done, Kurosaki." Oh, get it? It's a fake out. Okay, but, well, not really, because later in the chapter... we're getting there. We're getting there. Tsukishima flies down after him. Ichigo and him have a little clash. They both get knocked backwards. Ginjo doesn't know why nothing happened. He's not really cut. So, it wasn't an actual cut. I don't know why he was all, dramatic last chapter. Like, damn! And then he falls like he actually got, killed or something. It wasn't a real cut, and he doesn't know why nothing's happening. He doesn't know, he's assuming that maybe there's, a certain time limit on certain people. It takes time to become, mind-controlled zombies or whatever. Not mind-controlled, past manipulation, yeah. That's a big difference there. But for right now, Ginjo sees Ichigo as an ally and Tsukishima as the enemy. But he also says that, unless something does happen soon, you have to finish Tsukishima right now before that, before something takes effect. So as quickly as possible. Then Uryu shows up behind Ichigo. Ichigo has this really drawn-out inner monologue over, he's thinking of all, he's overthinking everything into his head. He's like, oh, wait a minute, Tsukishima cut Uryu, but wait, he was healed, but Orihime healed him, so Orihime healed him to fight with Tsukishima, so he ends that by summoning his bow, and it's like, come here, Kurosaki, so, Ichigo obviously assumes, you are one of them. And then Uryu, repeats himself, twice, come here, before he finally said, don't you understand? The person that cut me is right behind you. And it turns out it's... Wait, Ginjo? Wait, why is Uryu saying that? Wait, why did he shoot the... Why did he deflect it? Why is he laughing? What the hell's going on here? What? Did Ginjo just become, freaking bipolar? Go back to being an evil bastard again? No, wait, the first time he was just pretending. But, Ginjo apparently decided to become an evil bastard all of a sudden, cuts Ichigo. Tsukishima shows up behind Uryu, who cuts Uryu. So, yeah, apparently, when I first saw this, I was confused. I was really confused. Then I thought, well, wait a minute, maybe, Tsukishima was, maybe his powers did have, a time delay. And I guess they did, because Ginjo was actually kind of surprised that it finally took effect. I guess Tsukishima's powers took effect after all. And then he pulls out the old combat pass, the one that he got from the other Shinigami. He showed Ichigo, the one that showed up in the very first chapter after the time skip. He places that on the sword, and he says, "I didn't become your enemy because Tsukishima cut me. I made Tsukishima cut me twice to go back to my original self. I'm taking your full break." Blah! What? What is the... Ow! Sorry, everyone. But that's what we call a level 10 mindfuck moment. When reading Bleach, you have to be really careful. It's been known to kill people. But yeah, I have no idea, guys. I don't. I mean, apparently, I don't know if this means Ginjo was an enemy to begin with, and then Tsukishima brainwashed him to become an ally. I have no idea, guys. I have no idea what's going on here. The closest I can guess that, and keep in mind, there's a couple theories I have here, but maybe, I don't know, Ginjo was a villain before, Tsukishima's ally, and then Tsukishima changed his past to make Ichigo think that Ginjo was the ally, and then he did it again, and he took away what he did before, so now Ginjo's back to being an enemy. I still have no idea where the whole putting the combat badge on a sword and it turning into a badass skull, I have no idea where that factors into the freaking equation. But, yeah, I don't know. But the major point right now is Ichigo got stabbed in the heart by a big-ass sword, so I don't know what's going on with that. He's obviously got struck. I mean, but then again, you know, he's come back to life from, you know, worse stuff before. I mean, Ukiura blew a freaking hole in his chest the size of a freaking basketball, so I don't think he's going to have a really, you know, issue coming back to this. But then again, he did have his hollow powers back then, which he doesn't now, so this will be interesting. But we all know he's not dead, obviously. It's Ichigo. He's dead. The series is over. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I am really psyched for next chapter. And they better do something to explain what the hell just happened. They better not do that thing where they have a climactic end to this, and then the next chapter's just like nothing. You know, that one time that Ichigo and Ukiura were fighting on top of Las Noches, remember that? You know, Ukiura blew a freaking hole in his chest. And I was so psyched at the end of that chapter because I'm like, oh man, what's going to happen? Ichigo's dead. There's no way he's coming back from that. His hollow's got to show up. And I was really psyched. That week went by like a freaking snail's pace. The next chapter came out and nothing. I think it was the Lust 3. But yeah, nothing happened. All that happened was, you know, Orihime tried to save Ichigo, and then Uryu fought Ukiura for like 3 panels, and then the end of the chapter just showed Ichigo growing hair. It didn't show anything about resolving it from the last chapter, so they better not do that here. Next chapter, I don't care so much about Ichigo's situation that he had a broadsword ran through his chest. I don't care about that because I know he's gonna live. I'm more interested in what the hell's going on with Tsukishima and Ginjo. But okay, we'll find that on next chapter. Hopefully, this is Tekking101 from my makeshift studio, signing out.